Hey, good afternoon, guys. It's Steve Cat5JUF. Hey, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about AM. I've done a couple of videos on AM. We've got some activity going on right now, so there's a guy talking with another guy. We'll see if we can get in here in a minute. But it's really a pretty cool. I'm going to start calling CQ on it. If you guys want to check out AM, come listen. I might be calling CQ. Quick setup here, real quick. The IPO is where I normally keep my gain. So to do that, press FM list. And the IPO setting, remember IPO is the normal gain setting for the received signals. There's amp 1, which provides about 1.6 S units. And then amp 2 gives you about 3 S units. And there's the noise baseline there. So I normally leave mine always on IPO. The second thing is the attenuator. Remember, the attenuator is going to reduce the signal by about 10 dB, which is about 12 dB, which is roughly about 2 S units. So if I turn on the attenuator, that's going to drop the signal. So normally I'll leave the attenuator off, and I'll leave it in IPO mode. So you can see that right there on the display. So let's see if we can catch this guy. There's someone else talking. My power is 35 watts. I don't need the antenna tuner. I run about 1.6 S unit or SWR, 1.7. Not too worried about that. So I'm just going to leave the tuner off. I don't necessarily use a tuner unless I need to. If I'm running 1.5, 1.6, I don't really sweat it. On FM, I do need it because I'm a little over 2. And when I'm on 6 meter, I do need the tuner because I'm almost at 2.5. So I like to use the tuner then, but here I don't really need it. So let's see if we can catch these guys here real quick. The radio setup here, I do not use the treble boost here since we're AM. And these are my settings here. So we'll see if we can catch this guy here. Is the frequency in use? They're way out there. We'll try to turn on the amp 1, which has brought his signal up a little bit, about 1.6. See how I did that? There's amp 2. Again, press FM list. See where his signal is now? When I press the IPO to go to amp 1, it's going to go up to about 1.6. So there it is, about 1.6, 1.7. So we're going to use amp 1 here because he's a real weak signal. I don't know if he's going to be able to hear me. My power is 35 watts. Remember, on the FT991A, the maximum you can go on AM is 40 watts. So we're going to run it at 35 real quick here and see. Okay, we got him now.
I mean, it has really shifted. I completely lost you there. I heard you come back to ask me if I was still there. I'm still here. I don't know if you're hearing me or not, so I'm not going to hold it here. So the band's going crazy on us, so it might be too late in the day. Although, I tell you what, I was tuned down to the sideband portion here on 10.
See how that works?
Right after dark, I've got a
IPO,
I use on sideband.
amp 1, amp 2, IPO.
I was here in Australia coming in, New Zealand. The band's been hanging in here kind of late, but it's going long is what's happening. It getting towards late afternoon and night. The band's stretching out. It's going long, so that's probably a good sign. Though I think we're going to have to get on here earlier in the day to be able to communicate and have a decent QSO. So we'll say 73s then. Maybe we'll work you again here when the band's in a bit better condition. I caught most of all of what you said that last transmission, but towards the end you just started fading away, and I couldn't tell if you were still talking or not. 73s, David. Talk to you later. K2DP, this is W5HRO/6, El Dorado County, California. Here's the frequency in use, KL70F.
Is the frequency in use Kilo India 5 Juliet Uniform Foxtrot? Kilo India 5 Juliet Uniform Foxtrot calling CQ 10 meter AM listening. Kilo India 5 Juliet Uniform Foxtrot.
Kilo Mike 4 Golf Bravo Mike.
Hey, good afternoon. This is Kilo India 5 Juliet Uniform Foxtrot. You've got Steve here here in Abilene, Texas. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 other stations. They're not all in the same frequency band. There's like 2 or 3 other guys. They're out here trying to call somebody. I don't know if they're calling me or somebody else, but oh my God. Heterogenes galore.
We got some extra traffic here. We'll try not to. There's somebody up there. Let's go up here and see what's going on. There's somebody up there at 10.
Is anyone using this frequency, please?
I believe it's open. This station Kilo India 5 Juliet Uniform Foxtrot. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Well, I was just going to call CQ, so maybe I can just work you.
Well, good afternoon. You've got Kilo India 5 Juliet Uniform Foxtrot. Kilo India 5 Juliet Uniform Foxtrot. The name here is Steve. And I'm located in Abilene, Texas, and I was making a training video on the 991A on how to use AM. So thank you for coming back to me.
Oh, that's great, Steve. Well, my call is W2VW, Whiskey 2 Victor Whiskey. I'm in southeastern Pennsylvania. And I'm running about the oldest thing you're going to work probably on here, 65-year-old E.F. Johnson 500. And you're doing okay here, so real neat on the training video. Your AM sounds pretty good out of that rig. I was hearing a couple West Coast stations. I actually came down to the basement because I heard a Parks on the Air guy on 29100 calling CQ with an FT891 in a park, so on AM. So that's why I came down here. K55JUF from W2VW.
Yeah, very good. Whiskey 2 Victor W. Very good. Yeah, thanks for coming on. I really enjoy AM, and I heard some folks up there on 29000, and I saw you on the waterfall, so I moved up to 10. So that's pretty cool. Station here is pretty basic. By the way, I'm impressed with your radio. That's that's really cool. So congratulations on that. Station here is pretty straightforward. We're just running a simple FT991A. Running about 35 watts into a diamond vertical Charlie Papa 610. That's a 10 meter / 6 meter vertical. Running the M100 microphone. Got the speech processor on. So other than that, pretty simple setup here. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, Steve. Well, that's good. Yeah, that's good. You know, sometimes simple. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't do simple. I don't know why. If I had something that was simple, I think I'd probably move on to something to make it difficult somehow. Great. Yeah, the vertical's working well. And yeah, you really can't beat having a fish finder or some spectral display. It's a wonderful way to find stations, especially here on AM, because they pop out of the noise. I've been using a spectrum analyzer for that for years. But you know, now you just tap off the IF of an old radio if you have an old one like I do. My receiver, I'm using a Kenwood TS440, by the way. I can transmit on it too, but it's pretty horrible. And yeah, my antenna is a 160 meter doublet, but with open wire line and a homebrew antenna coupler, which is remote control, that's out in my shed. So I can switch bands from in here by energizing different relays. Steve, go ahead.
Oh yeah, very good, David. Yeah, I was just looking at your QRZ page here. Very, very nice. Man, that's some good history there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm looking at my waterfall. I see another station back down on 2900. So it's actually, yeah, really, really cool. Yeah, I really appreciate you coming back. Enjoy working AM, and I'm glad to see some activity on it. So it's kind of exciting.
Oh yeah, it's a real blast on here. Last month it really started opening up. I don't know if you get on earlier in the day, but guys from out in the east here are easily working dozens of stations across the pond. There's guys that are on every day from Italy and the UK. And I worked a few of those guys this morning. Had some really nice long chats with a few of my friends over there. Some of them running old boat anchor gear, and some of them running, you know, the newest
You got a station here and a
SDR.
station
One
here.
guy's working on a Hermes. He calls it a Hermes Heavy. I thought that was just great. So there's all kinds of things going on here, but it takes a while to get the momentum going to attract the people. The contest last week brought a lot of people up to 10 meters, which is good, Steve. KI5 JBF. I think I have that right. My handwriting stinks. If not, it's JUF. You'll fix it. W2VW.
Yeah, very, very good. Whiskey 2 Victor Whiskey from Kilo India 5 Juliet Uniform Foxtrot. Very good, David. Yeah, by the way, signal report, you'll see it on the video. You're up to 5.9, so full quieting over here. Sounds like you're right next door.
Oh, okay, great. Well, you're hanging right at guest 6 on my Kenwood receiver, and there's no fading at all. It's very, very steady, and you sound like you're down the street. Same thing, same deal. The audio's decent too. It sounds human. Yeah, sorry about the. I put a little tail on the U, so now I really fixed it. I can't miss it, Steve.
That sounds good, my friend. Very good. Well, look, I'll let you run. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. I'll put it up. I'll send you a link. I got your email here. I'll send you a link to it. You can hear what you sound like. But you really do sound great, and that's an amazing radio setup you get there. So, hey, I'll let you run. I'll go ahead and drop here for now. Whiskey 2 Victor Whiskey David from, this is Kilo India 5 Juliet Uniform Foxtrot. Steve. David, it was a pleasure. Thank you for taking the call, and hey, I hope to work you again on AM. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, okay, Steve. Well, if the band's open and I don't get flames coming out of the side of this thing, I'll be back. So we'll work again, and I'm looking forward to looking at that video. That'd be pretty neat. I appreciate that. And we'll talk with you next time. The 7-3 from southeastern Pennsylvania, KI5JUF. This is W2, very weak.
Very good, 73. All right, cool.
7-3.
Very good.
Anybody else around here on 10 meter AM?
So
W2VW.
So he's gonna continue to call. So this is the fun of AM. It's not a very, it's used, but it's not crazy used like upper sideband. But anyway, I'll put this up and hope you guys enjoy it. 73. And I usually will get on AM in the evenings and try to call CQ. So if anybody's around, you want to talk to me, we'll start on 2900. And hey, I'll make some calls. 73. Thanks for watching. KI5JUF.